Next guest, everyone, please welcome to the show, Sarantos. Yes. Hello. Woo. Hi.
Hey, Josie. How are you?
Doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me tonight.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm excited to play your music tonight and get to chat with you all about the music and more. I'm excited.
Oh, I'm excited, too. I can't wait.
Oh, me too, me too. And, I want to start a little bit off here. There's many different subjects we could talk about, but I understand that you have been writing music since you were a child and have written over 2,000 songs so far, which is just, 2,000. Can you tell us a little bit about how you found your love for music?
Absolutely. All I can tell you is from my earliest memories, my family always encouraged singing and dancing, and I just kind of fell in love with music. And as long as I can remember, I was always trying to write down lyrics and figure out, I just had a love for words. And I think it was about fourth grade when the songs actually started making sense. And I think I've come a long way since fourth grade, but I've continued to just write numerous songs anywhere I could.
Right. I love that. And what kind of, songs do you really try to write? Personal kind of style songs or just anything that could really pop up in the moment? How does that work for you?
I can do anything. Sometimes some of the songs definitely are about me and my situation and where I'm at on that particular moment in time. And other times I try to empathize with other people. Mm-hmm. So, for example, one of the songs coming out later this year is called The Veteran. It's about veterans. I personally have never been in the Army, Air Force, or Navy, but I thought I kind of put myself in their shoes and what they would be feeling. So I can do it either way. Right.
So it'll definitely be relatable, which I think is, the big thing. A lot of people will love your songs. And I know I fell in love with your song, A Child's Mind, which we're going to play tonight. And it's such a fantastic song. But for someone who hasn't heard your music before, what is the best way you would describe it, your style?
I think if they asked for like a short answer, like a genre, I'd say pop rock. But if they asked to describe it in a sentence, I think it's basically 80s rock mixed with today's soft rock or pop music. That's probably the best way I'd explain it.
Right. Absolutely. And, I also wanted to mention, with the music, I've seen that you have actually a plan to release like one song per month on the first Tuesday of each month, which you, like you said, you've written like 2,000 songs so far, which probably won't be difficult for you. So is that true? Is that like the main goal that you would like to do?
Yeah, Josie, that's what I'm trying to stick to. It's definitely a challenge because what I wanted to do is when I looked at all the artists that I like and bands, it was kind of sobering to realize that most bands only stay together a couple years and only put out like 3 to 5 CDs. And what I thought most people did is I thought they basically released a CD every 2-3 years and then they'd fall off the face of the earth. You wouldn't hear about them. So what I wanted to do is when I put this together, I said, I'm going to release a song every month. And then I said, well, I'm going to do a music video every month. And then it basically became, I'm going to give them something every single week. And for them not to get sick of me, I try to vary it. So every song is a little different. The vocal style is different. I certainly don't want them to be. I think we all have bands that we like, and after a while you're like, oh, it all sounds the same. So I try to vary it. I've tried different genres, tried a dance song, I've tried a hip-hop song, a country song. So hopefully they don't get tired of me. And the videos are always a little different. One can be funny, one can be a little more personal. And that's kind of my intention.
I like that. That's such a great idea to do. And I think that is just phenomenal. And hey, we get new music, so we can't complain. It's a win-win.
That's true.
Win-win for all parties, for sure. And another thing that I really wanted to mention, which I think is just super important. I mean, we're huge on charities, and you also support many amazing charities. For each of these, releases, you chose one charity per song. Can you tell us a little bit about your, the great support, charity organizations? Your great support for that. Which one?
Absolutely, yeah. I think one day if I can reveal to the public, if I quote-unquote make it, what I do for a living, I think they'll kind of understand the charity angle a little bit more. I do have a day job, and I am doing this on the side, even though it takes up a tremendous amount of time, which I love, and I don't consider it work.
Right.
When I looked at what I wanted to do, I'm not doing it for the money. And my primary, if I had one goal, it was I just want my music heard. So that's why I share it for free on my website. People can just click on the song, and they can put it on Facebook, Twitter. They can email it to their friends, all for free, and I give them permission to do whatever they want with it. So my first goal is for people to actually hear my music. And my second goal is just to raise money for charities. So when I looked at each song, when I looked at the lyrics that I wrote, and I looked at, there's always a double meaning to the song. So the first song I released was Not Where I Want to Be. And it was a song about a guy turning 30 the next day, and he realizes his 20s are gone. And he gets a little depressed and sad. But when I looked at the double meaning, I thought, cancer is not where anyone wants to be. So I decided that charity was going to be the American Cancer Society. And, of course, my father passed away from cancer, so it was kind of a personal charity for me. But that's what I've kind of done with each song is I've said, what's the double meaning? What can I relate this to? You know, for a child's mind, I think children are so young and innocent, and the charity I picked is Feed My Starving Children because it's crazy to think how many kids in the world just don't have food to eat. And I was lucky enough in the Chicago area, there's one of these houses for Feed My Starving Children. You go, a bunch of us went, we packed food, and in 1 hour's time we packed enough food for a kid to eat for 9 months, which is just kind of unbelievable to think that an hour of your life can make that kind of difference to someone else.
Right, absolutely. I think that's the most incredible part, and I think that's the most important thing that artists can do is give back. And, you know, I've been saying it from this whole show since I've started that, you know, that's the biggest part. And I want people to be able to find the charities that you really work with. So can we go to your website? Are they on there?
Yeah, everything's on the website. So if they go, the website is melogia.com, which is www.melogia.com. And there's only a few tabs on the top. One of them is charity, and they can see each song and the charity for that song.
Perfect, perfect. And from there, we could also hear your music as well. So one-stop shop. So
yeah, it's on the top. One of the tabs is music, and you'll see the short description. You'll be able to hear the song for free. You'll be able to download the lyric sheet, click right to the YouTube video for that song, as well as the book chapter for that song, because one of the other things I do every month is I release a book chapter. So my first book last year was a fiction fantasy book, and it's based on each song each month. So it's kind of a cool thing that nobody's done before, and it's on Amazon now, and it's actually doing pretty well. So I'm excited about it.
Yes, you should be. I think that's incredible. I mean, how do you even find the time? You do so many, different things it's just incredible. Not Where I Want to Be. I hope everyone checks that out on Amazon right after the show. I think that's incredible. And would you like to do another book? Did you enjoy doing it?
Yeah, I'm continuing to do it. So this month, you know, we've had 3 months go by, so 3 songs have come by, 3 music videos, and 3 book chapters. So this book is the second of a trilogy that I'm designing for, and if you read it, basically, it's a fiction fantasy book about Sarantos, and there's vampires involved, and it's pretty cool. It's got some really cool reviews on Amazon, so.
That is awesome. I know, vampires is, a big, big thing. So,
it's
good. It's good. It's good. Awesome. And, I want to make sure that people can hear the music, so we do have a couple of your songs tonight. So how about we start with the first one we have called What If I Never See You Again? And this is the first time it's airing, so I'm honored. That's awesome.
I thought your show is great, and I thought it'd be perfect because it's obviously not the first Tuesday of April yet, so your audience is getting a sneak peek about a week and a half before it's released to the world. And it's a song that's called What If I Never See You Again. And to kind of introduce it, it's kind of a powerful rock song about, I think we all have in our lives at some point, if we haven't, you're lucky, but at some point you'll experience the death of someone close to you. And I know in dealing with my father's death, I think I wrote this about 2 years after his death, and I kept wondering, there's all these natural stages of grieving, and I just kept wondering, is there a heaven? Is there an afterlife? Am I going to see my dad again?
Right.
And part of you is always optimistic that you will, but there are some dark moments when you think, wow, what if I never see them again? So that's really what the song's about, and I think people will enjoy it.
Right, absolutely. I think it really connects well because I think we all have that one person that died. Because I know, my grandfather died of cancer. So I think we all, as humans, wonder, what happens, So
yeah.
I think that's what connects so well with this song, and I'm honored that we are the first ones to be able to play it. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, Josie.
Oh, thank you. And I want to play this right now, so let's do it. Sarantos, his song "What If I Never See You Again," first time playing. Here we go. was What If I Never See You Again by Sarantos, and we're with him right now. So for all of the new fans, new listeners that enjoyed what they just heard, where can they find you on social networking, sites, so they could chat with you and keep up?
The main website is www.melogia.com. My name is Sarantos, Sarantos, and they can find me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. All the links are on my website, as well as they just Google search Sarantos. It'll come up number one. And I have no ad agency, and I interact directly with the fans myself, so I'd be happy to have them reach out anytime they want, day or night.
That is the best, because there's a lot of artists out there that have their management talking, and it's just not the same. So
no, it's really not.
No, not at all. You want to talk to the artist, not their management or personal assistant.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing I swore I'd never do is I've never in social media, when I followed some of these other artists, every other tweet or post was buy this, come to my concert. I've never asked them to buy anything. Any month when the songs come out, all I put is a link and I say, enjoy it, it's released, take a listen or something, but I've never asked them to spend a dime on me. I just think that's the most frustrating thing in the world, and they're relentless sometimes.
Right, absolutely. Music is to be enjoyed. I think that's, the main goal of music. And you do it so well. I have to say, I really enjoyed your song, What If I Never See You Again? It was phenomenal, and I think everyone is going to love it when it's officially released to check out. So it's going to be great.
Thank you, Josie.
You're very, very welcome. And we still have A Child's Mind, but I want to, mention it. Are there any other projects that you could tell us about? Anything else you're working on, writing, or anything else?
I'm always working on trying to surprise the fans, and last year on Black Friday, they had no idea this was coming, but I basically released a Christmas CD, and it had 4 originals, 10 covers, and 9 short stories. So I am working on some stuff this year. I can't divulge it yet, but I'm always looking to surprise them. And probably the easiest thing is if they sign up for my email list. I just send out an email once or twice a month when a new song comes out or video. And I'm always trying to do things. To be honest with you, I listen to the fans. So last year, fans kept asking me for a lyric video, and that wasn't in the cards. But this year, I started releasing a lyric video when the song comes out. So I'm open to ideas. I'm open to charities. And I don't know where the wind's going to take me, because some fans have come up with some really cool stuff, so I'm evolving as we speak. Right.
I love that. So definitely more stuff in the works for Sarantos. For sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I love it.
I'm going to release a new song till the day I die. There's no reason not to. That's the easy part for me.
Perfect. And, lyric videos, I love lyric videos, so I look forward to that as well. I love singing along to the song, so I'll be that fan. Singing along. Right. I am that fan. So just a warning. I love it. And so do you have any, touring or any upcoming performances happening, or can we just go to the website? That'll basically keep us up to date anyway.
Yeah, and the email list. So I did have an opportunity to tour for 6 months worldwide this year, but because I have a day job, I couldn't quite take that.
Right.
And probably the most challenging thing for me at this point in my career is I did the Toronto Music Festival last year, which was great, but when you're a solo music artist, nobody's vested in your music. And the frustrating thing at this point is I don't have a consistent band that I can rely on. Even last year, the band that was supposed to be with me bailed like 2.5 weeks before the concert.
Oh, goodness.
So it's just very frustrating until I feel like I have a set band that I know is not going to abandon me and be there when I want to do a show once a week, once a month. Then I'll definitely start pursuing more of that. And trust me, I practice every single week. So if it was just me and a mic, I'd be doing anything, anywhere. But people want to see you with a band. They don't want to just hear you sing. They want to see people interact with you on stage.
Right. But that's definitely something that you would be into, for sure.
Absolutely. I can't wait. That's probably the most exciting part to me, and it's very frustrating to not be able to get out in front of a crowd all the time and sing and be on the Tonight Show and all these great shows and,
I hear you.
Let it rip. But I want to, and hopefully I will soon.
Absolutely. And I know that you are also in Chicago, and I'm there too. So one day I would love to see you perform. That'd be incredible.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Absolutely, yeah.
I would love that. I would love to see you perform. That would be phenomenal, for sure. And so before we go, we are running out of time, but I still want to play A Child's Mind. But I have a Josie Show question of the day that I always ask my audience. I'm going to turn it around to you. So what would be your fantasy job if you could do anything in the world, other than what you're doing right now? What would be, your fantasy job?
My fantasy job would be to do what I'm doing, which is music. If you take that away from me, other than my day job, I'd probably have to say some kind of, be in a Marvel movie or Star Wars. That'd be great.
Oh, yes, definitely. Hey, it's never too late. You've already written a book and all that, so you should try acting next.
That's right.
Do it.
Well, I'm going to be like Sylvester Stallone. When they want to make a movie out of my book, I'll have to say only if I'm in it. Like he did with Rocky, and the rest will be history.
Absolutely. And when that happens, I will be the first one at theaters and being like, hey, I talked to him. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
All right, no problem.
I love it. I love it. And, I'm super excited I got to talk to you tonight. And thank you so much for coming on. And we'd love to have you back on anytime. Yeah,
anytime. I will definitely let you know a new song each month, and I'd be happy to be on anytime you want to have me. It's entirely up to you guys. I don't want to force myself on anybody.
Oh, no. And that's what I think is phenomenal, and that's why I think, you're great. So we definitely would love to have you on. And thank you again for letting us play your music. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome, Josie.
Oh, thank you. And I hope you have a great rest of your night, and we are going to play A Child's Mind. Woo!
Okay. All right, Josie. Have a great night. Bye.
You too.
Thank you to the listeners. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Sarantos. So let's play his song, A Child's Mind. So here we go.
Help me. Please shelter me. As a child, I was so young.